All right, so I'm just going to paste my comments from my last code. And this program, and we're asked to create a single result function, so a function that returns one value that will convert temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius, and then create a second function that will convert temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So create two functions which will convert between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So I'm going to need a function. I'll call it cell. Again, just because I see that Celsius is listed as a local variable, so I'm worried that it's already exists somehow in inside of Python. So it might be a built-in function or a built-in feature sort of thing. So I'm just going to call mine cell, and that's going to take a degrees Celsius, C, colon. And for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say pass. What that means is I don't know what my code is going to be yet. I just want to get the structure of my program set up. So I'm going to create my function, define cell. And we know that whenever we have a colon, we have to have indented block. So just by putting the word pass, it satisfies the requirement of having an indented block, although the code's not going to do anything. So if I run this, it won't generate an error. Oops. Nothing. If I got rid of that pass and I run it, I'll now have an error because it's expecting some sort of an indented. So this is a nice way for me to kind of set up my structure. So I'm doing a Celsius function and a Fahrenheit. So again, it listed as a local variable, so I worry that it might somehow already exist. So I'm just going to call it Fair. Actually, the Fahrenheit function is going to convert. Well, I don't know what it's going to do. Let's do that. So let's describe what the Fahrenheit function does. So we'll convert, probably, I'm going to say convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit. And so because of that, as I think about this, so that's what my code's going to do. So given that's going to convert from Celsius, we'll be giving it a Celsius value. So that should really actually be my C. And then the Celsius program will do the opposite. It's going to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Spell Celsius wrong down below, triple quote. And so if it's going to be converting from Fahrenheit, we're going to be sending it the Fahrenheit value, the value F. That makes more sense. And then I'm going to have, again, I need to pass. And then this is going to be where my mainline program comes in. So once I receive a Fahrenheit value, I want to be able to calculate my Celsius value. So it says to calculate Celsius, to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius, they use the equivalent degrees Fahrenheit. So Celsius will be Fahrenheit F, subtract 32. I don't need spaces. You can decide if you want to put those. Fahrenheit, subtract 32, times 5 divided by 9. Okay, notice that this has got to be in brackets because we're taking the Fahrenheit, subtracting 32 before we multiply 5. So order of operations. That's calculated my Celsius. And then I'm going to return that answer, Celsius. So as a quick test, whoops, return C. So as a quick test, I'm going to print my Fahrenheit function, print the Celsius of 32 degrees Fahrenheit. I know that 32 degrees Fahrenheit is 0 degrees Celsius. So let's see if that runs. Give me a 0. Give me a 0. That's good. And I think Fahrenheit, there's a book called Fahrenheit 454, but that's the burning temperature of paper. That doesn't help me. I know that the boiling temperature of water is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to test that because that's 100 degrees. Let me run that. And I get 100. So my Celsius program is working properly. That's not the program I want to use, but that's what I'm going to use just to test it. For Fahrenheit, I'm going to say my Fahrenheit value, it says it up here, Fahrenheit will be equal to 9 divided by 5 times my degrees Celsius, which I passed to the function as C, and then I have to add 32 to that. And then I'm going to return that Fahrenheit value to the program that called the function. So as a quick test now, I'm also going to print the Fahrenheit value of 0 degrees Celsius, which should be 32. It's printing out 32. And the Fahrenheit value of 100 degrees Celsius, which should be 212. Perfect. So it looks like my functions are working. So now a program, I might want to start with print welcome to the temperature converter. And so I might ask an input. I'm going to choose choose is going to be input. Do you want to convert Celsius? Convert from Celsius. I'm going to put a C, or from Fahrenheit. And that I'm going to put a small f. Okay, so if choose is equal to Celsius, and when I'm doing the one equal sign means I assign the value, I'm giving the value to choose. Double equal sign allows me to compare it. If choose is equal to C, then I can say print. Then I have to ask for their value from Celsius. So I'll say degree is equal to, I want the, let's take the float, because maybe someone wants 32.5 degrees Celsius. Float, the float value of input. I'm going to ask them how many degrees Celsius. Am I spelling Celsius right? Celsius. I'm not very good at spelling. An inconsistent. Celsius. How many degrees Celsius do you want to convert? Okay, and now that I know how many degrees Celsius, I can, just like I printed my test answers up here, I can now say, maybe I'll get my answer. I'm going to say my answer is equal to, I call my Celsius function. No, convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So I want the Fahrenheit value of the degree that's been inputted. So if I put in 100 degrees Celsius, that gets stored in degree. I want the Fahrenheit value of 100 degrees. So I send up the Fahrenheit value. Celsius is 100, and then it will return the value F. So that will return 212, and that will be assigned to my answer. And I can now print that is equal to answer degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to run this, see if this works. Do you want to convert from Celsius or from Fahrenheit? So I'm going to say C. How many degrees Celsius do you want to convert? 100 degrees Celsius. That is equal to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So that seems to be working. And of course, if I type F, nothing happens because my program is not doing anything for F yet. So you can figure out how to complete the rest of this program. Okay, again, if you've got questions, shoot me an email.